Did you hear about the UFO that some people saw in Texas last Monday? Yeah. They said it was about a mile long and a mile or no, half a mile wide. Yeah. And it was flying very, very fast and quietly. Yep. A UFO. I myself don't have really any kind of strong opinions about it, but when I was watching the news about that little or big town in Texas, whatever size it is, that kind of was a reminder for me that we know so little about the world we live in, don't we? As much as we like to think we know a lot, I guess we're just beginning to learn the basics. Yep, and I guess our perception of the world is so limited by our basic knowledge. And well, what I mean is that I guess just forget about the UFO thing. Just forget about it. There is so much more we don't understand, and about the universe, and we just don't know. I think about it this way. Just pretend with me for a second that the discovery of the universe, is kind of like a big puzzle where we are trying to figure out what's the image in the puzzle. But this is a giant puzzle and consists of 1,000. I was gonna say 100, but 100 seems too little, so it's like 1,000 pieces puzzle, and we only have 3 at this point, at this stage where we are right now. So we have 3 pieces out of the 1,000 pieces, and we're trying to figure out what the image is based on these 3 pieces. Well, in this painting, I wanted to depict our perception of the universe around us. And the image of a puzzle was the main thing that kept bouncing around in my mind. My canvases are like scattered pieces of this giant puzzle, and we're trying to make sense of it all, if we can at all. And well, notice that all the pieces are like little squarey windows that let us peek into the universe. I wanted to use squares because for me square, is the most basic shape. When you were a kid, you probably drew some squiggly lines on a piece of paper like this. And that's how you start, but I guess later then you learned the circle and the triangle. And that's how you start, right? Very basic. And then you probably put a triangle on top of a square, and then you have a cutesy house. Or then you probably learn how to do the rectangle, and you draw some circles, and you have a car, or something that looks like a car. Very basic, right? And very it's happy. This is angry. And also our knowledge of the universe is very basic. I mean, the universe itself is much more complicated as represented by the more complex shapes within the squares. But because we can't comprehend the very complex mysteries and all that, we end up boxing everything into these little squares, or big squares. But squares. Why squares? What's the deal with the squares? Why squares? I mean, you don't see that many squares in the universe, do we? But We get squares. Oh yes, we do. We like them. I mean, when you think about it, we even build our houses based on squares and rectangles. Through the position of some of the canvases, you will see that some square shapes that are gonna feel a little forced. And well, sure, these 4 squares make a bigger square, but isn't it a little forced? Isn't it? Or how about this square made with the negative space between the panels? I mean, it seems like our interpretation of the facts is dictated by our primitive knowledge. Yes, primitive. Who here admits to be primitive? In a couple places, you will find that we managed to connect certain lines. Yep, we connected the lines and figured out some complex theories that go beyond the square is square understanding of the world. So, I think that's a good start. I also wanted the panels to form a shape of an eye. I wanted the eye to reinforce the idea that this entire piece is about how we perceive, how we see the world around us. But guess what? If you feel so strongly about the UFOs and the extraterrestrial beings, well, feel free to interpret the eye as
them watching us.
Oh yeah. If you see my hair uneven, I'm just tired of it getting in my face. Oh gosh. Still in my face. So, just gonna see you later, alligators. See you next Sunday. Bye. Eat your cookies.